Welcome to Inside Fall River. Inside Fall River is produced by Fall River Community Television, and it intends to provide television programming for, of, and by individuals and groups to celebrate the resources, the diverse people, the varied concerns, the abundant successes, and the shared potential and responsibility of the Fall River community. I am Stephen Camara, and my co-host is Wendy Goff-Lipp. Together, we will bring you interviews with interesting people about interesting places and activities that are happening inside Fall River. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on Inside Fall River, or if you have a group or topic that you would like to have discussed on Inside Fall River, contact me at Bristol Community College. Also, you may access Fall River Community Television on our website, on Facebook, or on Twitter. Enjoy Inside Fall River, and remember, your feedback to this program is welcomed and encouraged. Fall River Community Television is your community access television station, and it is committed to building community through communication. Thank you for supporting Fall River Community Television. Welcome to this edition of Inside Fall River. My name is Steve Camara, and as host, it's my pleasure to welcome a couple of my colleagues. Together we work with neighborhood associations throughout Fall River, and Carlos Caesar is president of the Flint Neighborhood Association and also the Flint Merchants Association. And John Sylvia, formerly vice president, now president of the Niagara Neighborhood Association. Your title is taking on more responsibility?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, right?
But you have risen to the occasion.
Yeah,
Many years have enjoyed Dino Pizarro as chair, and I know that you've got a good vice president in Helen Rigo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got a good support team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about your respective neighborhood associations, and then I want to talk about also what you're doing with FRC TV, because you have a great program that people are celebrating and enjoying. You get to see it usually right after this program, so we encourage you to stay tuned for more of the Carlos and John show. But let's talk about the neighborhoods. In the Flint, you're doing a lot there. What's new and what's upcoming?
Well, in the Flint, we do have a lot of projects going on right now. And now the weather changed, the summer's gone, so we need to start getting the programs for the winter. And starting the good winter is the holidays. It's going to be the Christmas. And the Christmas, for years, the Merchants Association put together the window contest. This going back a long time, and many, many years. So what they do is they decorate their windows to invite the public to visit and to show the best they have for sale for the Christmas and for gifts. So the associations years ago started a small event, the window contest. So people will vote the best window and they will get the prize. When I took over the Flint neighborhood, I added a little bit more into that day. And I started going around the schools on my neighborhood and inviting the kids to come and do some carols and sing some carols. So we put an event together, an afternoon. So it will be December 8th. It's a Saturday. You can come down, you can see the windows decorated for Christmas, and you can see the kids of the neighborhood singing. Then I have some vendors there. We give them hot chocolate because sometimes it's cold. We give the kids hot chocolate, and we give popcorns and donuts and all that to say thanks for the kids to come down, and it's a couple hours that people enjoy.
Great. So that's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
And generally in the afternoon is when you do this?
Yes.
So Saturday afternoon, before it gets dark?
Yes.
Maybe 1 to 4 or so in the afternoon?
Yes.
And right on Pleasant Street?
Right on Pleasant Street. And this year we have, we got the okay to close down a block. So that would gonna help a lot. especially to let the kids, you know, loose and give an area for them to be free.
Yeah, and that'll be safer for them, no
and
doubt.
safer for them too. So, and for the families. So that's pretty much what we're having working for Christmas.
That's
on the
good.
Flint.
Now, occasionally you take people out of the Flint. I know
Yes.
that you've been known for bringing trolleys into your neighborhood and
Yes.
taking folks up to the Copacut Woods
Yes.
so that kids from the city and adults from the city can enjoy the great vastness of wilderness that is a part of Fall
Yes,
River.
yes.
And I understand you're taking a group. This is not just the first time,
No,
but you're going to
no.
New York City.
Exactly. Exactly what happened through this whole year. This year we did trips to New York in July. We brought people to Cape Cod to enjoy the Day of Portugal on the Cape on Provincetown. We going back and we talked the Salem for Halloween, and now we're going back to New York for Christmas. This particular one we do for the past 4 years.
And what's your date of your New York trip, and is it sold out?
New York, it's not sold out yet. It's on December 2nd. It's a Sunday.
Okay.
And we do it on a Sunday, the trip to New York, because it's a family day. The business are closed. Most of the business are closed, so the owners can take the family out, you know, for spend a day in New York and do some shopping.
Great. Now, does it include going to a show, or do people do that on their own?
No, they do that on their own. Yes.
So if someone does want to get tickets to go to
Yes, it's
see a show,
$45.
they
It's
could-
pretty much just the transportation is it's a coach that we bring, and
So that's comfortable?
all comfortable, and we play bingo on the way. We say jokes, and it's really a nice time.
And watch
really
movies
nice,
too, right?
and watch movies too. But the movie part, mostly we just play the movie on the way back because people are tired from walking and shopping all day, so they really enjoy like a movie just coming back, nobody but them, you know, lights off, and they enjoy a nice movie on the way back.
Well, excellent. I know that you could take the full lot
Oh,
time
yes. You
and
have
talk
2
about
hours?
all that's happening in the Flint. But let's talk about Niagara neighborhood, another great neighborhood in Fall River, and a neighborhood that has been particularly active with its parks and its planting of trees. So tell us a little bit about what the Niagara neighborhood has been up to.
Yeah, we just completed our park renovation. Actually, the only thing that is left to do there is bring some park benches in. And that's going to be done within like the next couple of weeks.
And what park are we talking about?
Pulaski Park is
Pulaski,
our neighborhood park. We have planted some trees on Brayton Avenue, and we've kind of planted some flowers in there. The next thing that we're planning on doing is putting a sign in there like they have in the Highlands, welcoming people to the neighborhood. So I think that's a good thing. You know, I think really in this city we need a beautification for all neighborhoods in the city, because I think aesthetically, if you start seeing nice things, people are less likely to throw paper on the ground and litter. So I think that's a real big part of moving our city forward. So that's one thing that we've been doing in the neighborhood, and I'm really proud of it.
And keeping, John, with our theme of holidays, I know in the past, and I know we drive throughout the city, many homes get decorated. You, in fact, had a contest, didn't you?
Yeah, we
in
had
the Niagara.
Yeah, we didn't steal it from the Flint. Actually, I had seen this when I was out in California last year. They had a beautiful home contest out in Southern California when I visited there, and we made up a contest, Pride and Property. I thought it was kind of appropriate to name it that. And we had 3 winners this year. We had 2 single-family homes, and the last winner was a multifamily, 3-family. So folks wanted to make sure that everybody, it's an inclusive thing, that everybody has a chance at it. So everybody was really happy when they won. They were ecstatic. And we put their photos in the newspaper and also on our Facebook page. What was interesting, and I've told Carlos about this, we have 150 people on our Facebook page. Each time when we put the winners' photos in there, we had over 300 hits. So it was nice to see that people want to see those kind of things. And I know a lot of the neighborhoods were saying they were going to do that. They were going to kind of capitalize on that. I wish that we could have a citywide contest where, and maybe this is something we got to talk to the mayor about. Maybe the mayor could have a citywide contest to capitalize on that, because I think we really need to focus on that and bring the pride back in the city.
Sure, and the holiday serves as a good impetus to do that, because people do take a bit of pride in decorating their homes. Yep. And I know that wherever you go in Fall River, there are homes that are beautifully decorated, so that's something to be enjoyed. Yep. Interestingly, I was just thinking, because in a previous segment, we talked about bicycle paths and traveling, and I know the Niagara neighborhood in some ways abuts the Flint neighborhood, because you sort of meet at 195. And are you familiar with the Cookershan bicycle trail?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, is that something that both your neighborhoods are involved in promoting and supporting?
Yeah, we've everybody's backing it. I know you folks are the same way. I think that I was involved in a couple of the workshops that Judy Kelly had, because it does border us, and we're going to have an entrance to that bike path on Rodman Street. I think this is going to be a great thing for both our neighborhoods. It's an economic engine, I think, that's going to push, our economy ahead here. And it's funny that you bring this up, because I was in Chicago 3 weeks ago. They have a beautiful river path there. On that river path, they had kayaks, canoe rentals, bike rentals, and they had little shops. And they also had places where you can just sit there at the water and drink coffee. So I think this is something that could really, take off here in Fall River.
Well, I think anyone that travels along 195 and looks to the north and sees the Cookershan River peeking through the shrubbery, and there's a railroad track there. That's where the bicycle path is planned, and that's an area that could bring the Flint and the Niagara neighborhoods together. I didn't know that you're anticipating a connection from Rodman Street to that bicycle path.
Yeah, there's going to be, we went to a meeting a couple of months back. It was a public meeting, and there is going to be an entrance in Rodman. I think there's going to be an entrance at Britland Park, too.
So the neighborhoods will be connected without having to go onto Plymouth Avenue to get connected.
Yeah, absolutely, which is important in this city, because we know it's not always safe to either run or ride a bike, sometimes on the city streets. Sure. So I think it's great that we're going to have that.
And on our renovation of Father Travassos, we do have a loop there at Father Travassos that by
another bicycle loop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's great. Just recently, UMass Dartmouth had an all-day festival about the importance of creating walkable and bicycle-friendly cities. And Fall River is a city that needs to be doing more, and is beginning to do more to recognize the importance of bicycle travel and pedestrian traffic, and how important that is to a safe and great city. So, lots of things going on in our neighborhoods.
Yes, all good things.
Yeah, it is, and I think, that's what we got to really look at in Fall River, the positive. I mean, you can always look at the negative, but the negative is not going to push us forward. And I think, if anything, that's one good thing all the neighborhoods have done, have brought in, a positive thing, showing that people can make a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Now that brings me to my final piece of today's program, which is you have a program. So let's do a little promotion on your program.
Yeah, we have a program called Neighborhood News. A few months back. How long has this been, Carlos?
We tipping today the 30th.
But it's been since May, right? Since about May,
I believe.
Excellent, excellent. So you'll be getting ready to celebrate next spring your anniversary, your first anniversary.
Well, that's if you guys still keep us here. You never know, we might be canceled, right?
No, not from the ratings. I'm hearing that the Neighborhood News is one of FRC TV's great shows, and I know that FRC TV is planning some new and bigger things, so not smaller. We're going to want more of you and the two of you, as well as others in the community that are out there, to think about doing local television. This studio and this program is done free of charge, except for the time that we spend being here. And that brings us to a close. Yes. So watch Neighborhood News. It follows our program, Inside Fall River, and all of it is all about Fall River, because we recognize what a great city this is, and we want to, together, make it even better than what it is. So, again, thank you for tuning in to Inside Fall River, and signing off, and we look forward to your continuing to watch FRC TV.
Hi, I'm Wendy Garfliff from United Neighbors, and this is Inside Fall River. My guests today are Angela Bannister from Greater Fall River Partners. Angela is the Worksite Wellness Coordinator, and Anne Marie Sharkey, also from Greater Fall River Partners, and Anne Marie is the Community Health and Well-Being Manager. Welcome, Angie and Anne Marie.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get right down to it. Tell me what you do. What's Worksite Wellness? What's Community Health and Well-Being?
Sure. I work mainly on 2 projects in Fall River. I look into the Fall River Fitness Challenge, which we're actually looking into growing into be the Greater Fall River Fitness Challenge for year 2013. This will be our 6th year doing it, so we're really looking to expand our partners. And I also focus on the farmers markets in the city, bringing the EBT food stamps access to those markets, as well as organizing the winter indoor market.
Okay, and Angie, give us a little overview, and then we'll come back and ask some specifics.
Sure. So right now I'm doing Worksite Wellness in the city of Fall River. We bring Worksite Wellness to businesses at any size, and we do program assessment. We also do evaluation. We can create a program suited to any worksite's needs and wants, anything from lunch and learn programs to walking groups, to yoga, to chair massage. So the sky's the limit on reducing stress and bringing wellness into businesses locally.
Boy, we have a lot to talk about. Okay, so let's start off with the farmers markets.
Sure.
So aren't we done?
You would think so, but the farmers around the south coast of Massachusetts have a ton to offer. And although normally they end towards November, we decided last year to kind of pilot a program in through May of this past year to bring in different, not only farm vendors, but also artisans and crafters, and we had a great turnout for the first market, so we're looking to start even earlier this year in November so we can kind of get a few markets in before the
So this is
holidays.
a winter market, we're calling this.
It is.
Okay, and when and where does it take place?
We hold it in CD Recreation, now known as Greater Fall River Recreation, and
Which is on Bank Street,
yes,
the old Armory
72
building.
Bank Street, the
Right.
old Armory, and it's in the gymnasium inside there. And this year it'll be held on the 3rd Saturday of every month. It's just once a month from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
And what kind of things can people expect to find at the winter market?
This year, we worked really hard to find a vendor that will be selling some sort of produce throughout the season. We have a farmer who decided back in June when she began her planting for the winter that she would try to also grow some microgreens. So we should have some salad greens. There'll definitely be potatoes, squash, but you can also look for honey. We're going to have a wine vendor, a bunch of crafts. Hopefully we'll have our returning vendors from last year with oatmeal, the most delicious oatmeal.
I agree.
That Wendy can attest to.
It was the most delicious oatmeal. What's it called? It's
Mad Hectic Oatmeal.
Mad Hectic Oatmeal. Delicious. You should
Yes.
come to the winter market just to buy the oatmeal.
Definitely. And then we had a couple of meats and cheeses. So we're still looking for vendors. So if people have a craft or a bakery or something along those lines, they can definitely get in contact with me.
Right. I also bought last year some lovely soap, some homemade soaps that were terrific, and some great goat cheese that came from a local vendor. And it was amazing to be able to get this stuff in the middle of January.
Yeah.
So it's terrific. So CD Rec, 72 Bank Street, the old Armory building, the 3rd Saturday of the month
Yep.
from 1 to 4.
From November to May.
November to May. Is there an admission fee to come into the?
No, it is completely free. And we're looking actually this year into having giveaways every month as well. So people come in and all of the vendors will have donated some of their product for that month, and they'll be entered into a raffle, and they'll get a call on Monday saying, come on down and get a basket filled with this great local food and craft.
Terrific. So why should we be eating local fresh produce? Why isn't it okay just to go to Stop and Shop and buy our greens there, or to Shaw's and buy our greens there?
That's a
Sure,
great question.
definitely. Locally, it's important to be putting money back into the economy. So when you're purchasing at the farmers markets, you're putting money back into the economy, and it's a benefit for the community. It's sort of taking the middleman out of it. It's also safer in a sense, healthier, more nutritious vegetables. And again, you're giving back into the community, and you're supporting your local farmers and your local businesses.
And you definitely have to think about when you buy something from one of the major groceries, how many hands that has passed through in order to get to your table. Here you have maybe 2 or 3 people at the most, the person picking it, the person putting it at the truck, and then you. So it's really more nutritious, like Angie said, and just a great way to eat. It's so much more delicious.
Right. We did learn that 80% of tomato products are grown in California. So that means that everything is coming from the West Coast, across country, by truck to us. So when you start thinking about when it gets on the truck, when they pick it, when they process it, when it gets on the truck, and how long till it gets to us, you really can't use the word fresh in the same way you could as if you were buying in a farmer's market. Now, we still have some outdoor farmers markets going on for a while. Can you tell us about where those markets are?
Until the week before Thanksgiving, I believe, we have one that's held at Ruggles Park on Wednesday afternoons. It runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then we have another one on Saturdays at Kennedy Park, and that's from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have one that runs until the end of November, right out front of St. Anne's Hospital, and that runs from 11:30 a.m. until 4 p.m.
And at all of these markets, you can use your food stamps?
Yes.
How does that work?
You can buy tokens with your food stamps at the Monday market or at CD Rec at any time during the day. And you can bring them to all 3 of the markets, and the farmers will let you know whether or not they accept them. Most farmers do, and you can buy your produce using those.
That's terrific. That's a great way to get produce to people. That's really terrific. So how can people get involved in being healthier and promoting this mission of local?
Absolutely. Well, you know, we have the Fall River Fitness Challenge coming up in January, but prior to that, we also can focus on, you know, eating at the farmers markets and purchasing local foods. We also promote a Couch to 5K walking program, which is really helpful for increasing your physical activity.
Stop. Couch to 5K? That's a great name. So tell me what that means.
So I actually have a program that is 11 weeks, and you can start by walking and running in certain intervals, and it will help you prepare for a 3.1 mile race or local run, and we consider that a 5K.
So get off the couch and get moving.
And get moving, and you can contact me to get that information if interested.
Great. Before we do websites, tell me a little bit about the Fitness Challenge.
Sure. The Fitness Challenge, as I said before, is in its 6th year in Fall River, so we're kind of made a name for ourselves, and people recognize the logo and are always interested in getting healthy. It's not all about losing weight, which kind of there's some confusion about. It's about just taking that extra step and realizing if I walk for 10 minutes in the morning before I go to work, I can improve my health tremendously just by doing that, and adding little habit changes that can change your overall health and well-being. The Fitness Challenge is formatted to have bi-weekly challenges, so every other week you're coming to CD Rec, or you're going to the YMCA, or you're doing something around Fall River with a supportive group to try to make yourself healthier.
And do you join the Fitness Challenge as an individual or as a group? How do you join the challenge?
You can do it any way you'd like. You can do it as an individual. You can do it with a team, with your family. You get to think of a really witty team name, and you just participate at your own will. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. We have some great prizes. We do raffles every challenge. It's completely, every other week, it's free to come to CD Rec. It's free to participate in that certain challenge. And to join, it costs a very minimal fee of no more than $5.
And that's for the entire time?
Entire 20-week challenge.
That's great. And how much weight has Fall River lost?
Fall River, over the past 5 years, has lost 18,991 pounds.
18,991 pounds.
Oh,
That's an amazing amount of weight.
And we've had over 800 people sign up every single year for this challenge.
And how many people are signed up at this point? We're just at the beginning of it.
Yes, we're at this point. We're doing a little warm-up to get everybody through the holidays, because that seems to be a time where most people struggle with how much they eat and what they eat. So just a once-a-month challenge and a support group around them, and we have about 50 people participating in that right now.
And do you have to come every week, or can you come and go as you please?
Come and go as you please.
And the Fitness Challenge starts in January?
Starts in January. We'll have our kickoff January 5th. and it goes all the way until the middle of May.
So Angie, through your worksite wellness program, can people be connected to the Fall
Absolutely.
River Fitness Challenge as well?
Yep, each worksite can have their own team, or they can sign up as an individual, whatever they'd like. And we really promote this through the holidays, and then also in the beginning in January, in order to really help people make healthier choices, especially during the holiday season. It's nice to maintain your weight through the holiday season. That seems to be a struggle for a lot of people. So that's an option that I can help with at any work site. And the work sites can also can join officially in January, and that's something that we can bring to them. So.
Okay, so tell me how we can find you. How do we connect with you?
You can call me directly at 774-400-4166, and you can reach me via email at worksitewellnessma@gmail.com.
worksitewellnessma@gmail.com.
That's correct.
And Anne-Marie, if people want to get in contact with you, how do we find you?
Sure. My office is located at CD Rec, and I can be reached by phone at 508-679-0922 or by email at annemarieshark@gmail.com.
Okay, and Anne-Marie is ANNEMARIE Shark at gmail.com. Great. Okay, so we're a couple of weeks away from Thanksgiving. Give me your best advice. What should people do so that they don't blow it for the entire weekend? What do you think?
Great question.
Everything in moderation, and try to get out and walk. Walk as much as you can, even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes. Walk or stretch. We tend to eat turkey and then sit on the couch and fall asleep because of the tryptophan. But if you really want to keep the blood moving and not feel so lazy, I would try to just get out and do a brisk walk, even if you have an animal that you can take with you on the walk or a family member that enjoys walking. So.
And I would say to try to just make your portion of vegetables on the plate a little bit bigger than the mashed potatoes and the stuffing. I mean, still eat those, definitely, but a little bit more vegetables.
Okay. I think what happens is we wait all day for this big meal and we're starved, and then we just sort of pack it in as much as we can.
Overindulge.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So I like the idea of moderation. I think that's
Put your fork down in between every bite. That'll help.
Really?
Yeah, it's supposed to let you know that you're full. You'll know sooner.
Okay, and I assume that drinking water is the way to go.
Yeah, if you can. Alcohol is a big one with holidays. So to monitor your alcohol intake is good, or choosing maybe a light wine or even a club soda as an additive instead of a sugary additive with mixed drinks can be a really healthy option. So.
It sounds great. I have a feeling that Angie and Anne-Marie are going to keep us all healthy here in Fall River. Thank you both very much for coming. I'm Wendy Garflip from United Neighbors, and this is Inside Fall River.